Good morning. So these last few days have just been like, I feel like they all are kind of merged together today is Sunday. Today is the beginning of a new week. So first of all, I am excited for this week. Um, this week, I have a lot of plans. Tomorrow, I'm going with my son and my mother and my brother to the American Embassy. They have an open day to go and renew my son's passport. He wants to go to the States, and his passport is expired. So today I want to make the most out of this day and get this week off to a good start with my work. I feel like I need to start moving things with it. And these last few days, we got those metal detectors on Wednesday, and ever since, it's just been kind of like we went metal detecting on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and yesterday was Saturday, so Shabbat. We didn't really do anything yesterday. Yesterday I was home most of the day. My boys were home, and my older son came. I just hung out at home for most of the day. I was gonna go to the beach. I didn't do anything, and then in the evening I went with my twin to the hot springs. So, oh, and today I have a dentist appointment at 2. So it seems like there's just so much to do, and I don't know how people manage to manage their lives and work, and like a 9 to 5. I don't know how I would be able to ever manage it. I did have a 9 to 5, and it seems like I was always having to do things in between. But I still feel like I'm kind of like on a high with all of this. I just tried to call my twin to tell him thank you for the last few days. Yesterday, when we met, he seemed to be a little bit, mm, I don't know, kind of flat, kind of on edge or something. And sometimes what I'm realizing is that he has really strong energy. Like when he feels emotions, it's very intense. He's very intense. Maybe that's the word. And when he's going through things, it's very intense also to be by him. And I'm realizing that it's just easier and easier for me to just be with him in it, just sit there with it. And and that's all part of him, and that's part of what I love so much about him is the intensity. And I can feel him. And so this morning I woke up, I can kind of feel his energy. And and I just want to and I feel when I feel his energy like that, I have like this, I don't know how to explain it. Like I can just feel his energy. So this morning I tried to call him already. It's 9 o'clock in the morning, just to tell him thank you for the last few days, how much fun we've had, and wish him a good week. Without any kind of constraints on it. Just to openly wish him a good week and tell him thank you for the last few days. I just feel like so much an appreciation, and I want to express it. And then sometimes I feel to myself like, because when you get messages or telepathy, it's like learning a new language. It's underneath. It's like it comes in from the inside. It's learning a new language. And sometimes I think to myself, I have like this feeling like, what if you're imagining all of this? And then I think to myself, there's no way. First of all, because these things they come in out of the blue. It's like a language. It's like when somebody speaks with you, and then you turn your head. It's the same thing. These things, they come in. When they come in, they come in off topic, like not on the topic that you're on. They come in sideways. They come in from within, but it's topics that you don't necessarily have in your mind at the moment, and then they just appear and they come in, and or the emotions or the feelings. And I kind of feel like, every once in a while I'll have like these doubts in me, like, what if you're just, it's imaginary? And then I think to myself, what? Everything is imaginary. Our whole lives are just in our minds. I mean, if you really think about it, we are creating our own life completely with our minds, because otherwise we're just a piece of meat moving around, right? Just a piece of meat that moves from here, moves from there, puts food in the hole in the if there aren't thoughts, there is no life, because the whole life exists only in your thoughts. Otherwise, you're just a being sitting. There are no stories to whatever it is that you're doing. And so regardless, whatever the story is that I'm telling myself is the story of my life, right? Because that's why everybody has a different story. Everybody has a different story that goes on in their own mind, and they're creating their own stories. So it's so simple when you look at it in that way. My life is a complete story. It's just like my brother and I have the exact same childhood, and his perception of it and my perception of it are completely different. I mean, the story of what happened maybe are similar. We moved from here, we moved to there, but how each of us experienced it and made it into who we are in our lives is completely different. The security that he needs because of the moving around is that he needs extreme security in one place to be. And with me, we moved around a lot, so I got like, oh cool, we can move around. And I got into the mode of moving to a lot of different places and going places. So it's like a different outcome from the exact same, it's like a different branch out of the same tree. And a different perception and a different perspective and a different being that was created, which is, there's a lot of it that is just by nature, by who we are. And that's a question that I've had a lot in me, and my twin just brought it up yesterday or the day before, about there are, are we more like what creates who we are, our genetics or our upbringing? And and a lot of people will say that it's mostly genetics, or it's mostly your upbringing. That's what I hear the most, is that it's mostly your upbringing. And but I think that and my twin was saying that he believes that it's 70% of who you are by who you were born to be, by nature, and the other 30% is by upbringing. And I agree. I have to agree with that. I have to agree with that, because you see many people that are brought up in the same circumstances that come out to be completely different. And I feel like these last few days have just really been like a whirlwind to me. I need to go and get focused on my work now and bring some things into being. I still feel like everything that I still feel like I'm in the flow of of um, of these last few days. I still haven't completely woken up out of it, and I still haven't brought it down into words, and or into, I know how I work. I go through, there could be like a few days of doing, where I'm just on the go, and in my life, just completely in my consciousness, or in my presence in my life. And then I start going through the contemplation and the understanding, and coming to terms and higher understandings of things. So I still feel like I'm in the place where everything is still settling within me and not quite in words yet. I feel like these last days have been super powerful, and when they do start settling, there's going to be a lot of because I feel like emotionally overwhelmed, but like in a good way, in a way of like, whoa. And I want to take that and put it into power to move my week along, to show my appreciation in action. And so maybe it's a good thing that I don't have a lot of words to say and a lot to talk about right now. Maybe that is the best way. So I really want to try to keep this short, especially since I see that there's just kind of telling the story of. And I feel like only when I do have something of real value, I'll come back. So thank you for watching. I appreciate it.